Here's my review of the Disney Plus and Marvel Studios show, Ironheart. The show's actually been out for a few months now. It debuted June 24th, a couple months ago. Surprisingly took me some time to get through, even though it was only 6 episodes. I finished it roughly a month ago, but in between that time, I just had other movies and TV shows to watch and review. But because I devoted roughly about 5 hours of my life to watching this show, I figured, why not review it? Now, the hit or miss nature of the MCU movies in recent years somewhat applies as well to the TV shows. For every WandaVision, there's been a Secret Invasion, and for my personal enjoyment, for every Daredevil Born Again, you get an Agatha all along. Yeah, don't at me on that one. The timing of an Ironheart TV series would have felt more appropriate had it come soon after the character's appearance in Wakanda Forever in 2022. But delays and other shenanigans have the show debut in 2025. I thought the character's appearance in Wakanda Forever was okay. Didn't hate or love her. She had her role to play, and that was it. I didn't even mind the initial trailers for Ironheart, even though it was one of those Captain Marvel or She-Hulk trailers that got ratioed to the high heavens. But like all things, the only real way to form an opinion was to actually watch said project. And thus came watching Ironheart. At the time I'm doing this review, it's been about a month since I watched the series, but I remember all the stuff I need to. In this series, scrappy black girl genius Riri Williams uses her Iron Man-inspired suit to do stuff, most of which involves getting involved in some criminal heist group whose leader uses a corrupt magical source. Like any story, it's usually going to be make or break when it comes to how do you actually like your protagonist. Again, I thought she was okay in Wakanda Forever, mostly likable actually. But having her own series would be the real test. And she's just not a likable character. There's always a woe is me victim mentality when it comes to her, where everything wrong in her life is someone else's fault. She uses and f***s over other characters and never takes accountability for her actions. I also could not stand the dynamic with her and her AI virtual friend Natalie. Natalie is the digitized version of her deceased best friend. Now, the story setup for this was admittedly the best part of the series. I could feel the influence from Ryan Coogler here, who was an executive producer for this series, but there was some legit heart and good lessons about dealing with grief. But the problem was the annoyingly rebellious attitude that Natalie had, and how Riri had no control over her AI creation. But the actual iron suits were cool enough. Both looked much better than her final suit she used in Wakanda Forever. That was not some great CGI right there. But I like the piece together scrappy nature of her first suit. Even the final suit looks cool, although I don't know how she was able to put something like that together given her limited resources. The nature of Riri's tech genius makes her an impressive character in that respect. But the moment where any potential I had to care about this character ended with this line.
Do you think Tony Stark would be Tony Stark if he wasn't a billionaire? No shade. That's just the way the world works.
He contributed immensely to the field, so I won't roast Tony Stark. I don't have $1 billion.
Are you f***ing serious? Whether it's common knowledge in the sacred timeline or not, Tony Stark built his first suit under very duress circumstances to save his f***ing life.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps,
and afterwards used it to help others, unlike Riri, who was using it to be a damn criminal. But beyond that, this is the hero who sacrificed himself to save the universe. And we gotta hear some wannabe, already unlikable character talk shit about him? Yeah, I don't think so. And it's not like the series had much worthwhile going on besides her. Can't say I'm liked much about the characters in this criminal heist group she gets involved in. There's a drag queen type character that ends up being like the communication specialist. And I'm sorry, but not sorry. That kind of stuff just ain't for me. You got Anthony Ramos as the head of this heist group, and he's the one using a magic Doctor Strange type cape that's slowly corrupting him. Ramos is good here, and as the series develops, the character gets more and more dangerous and fits the bill as a decent antagonist. Although eventually it becomes clear that the character is pretty f***ed up in the head, and it's not just the corrupt magic that's making him do this stuff. The best character and performance here came from Alden Ehrenreich. Without spoiling things, his character has ties to a long-forgotten character in the MCU associated with Iron Man, which while this felt a little forced, overall it was an okay little detail and added some intrigue to the character. But I felt bad for him with how Riri screwed him over, yet adding another reason to dislike her. It's pretty much impossible to get behind a series or story when you don't like the main character. And that's basically what happened here. I went in with an open mind, but when I add up all this series' problems, oh no, you should stay away from this Without going into major story spoilers, the end of the series features the debut of a notable Marvel character who's been theorized for years now in the MCU. This reveal would have been pretty exciting a few years ago, but now it's just probably going to be another Marvel tease of something that ain't going to happen. So ultimately, who gives a So that'll do it for this review of Ironheart. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching.